You know those huge, life-defining decisions? Choosing a career, moving somewhere new, maybe starting a business? These are the moments that shape everything. But what if you could see the consequences, those branching paths of your future, before you had to commit? And I mean, really test drive it. Not just think about it, but see how it might actually feel 6 months from now, or 5 years down the road. You know that feeling, right? That hesitation right before you take a massive leap into the unknown? It's a totally universal feeling.
So let's dive into what we're calling the decision dilemma, because there's a real reason these choices are so incredibly hard. And look, it's not a personal failing, it's just a human thing.
This pretty much breaks it down. Our own brains kind of trip us up. We're great at underestimating the risks, right? We're also a little too good at overestimating our own motivation. I'll just power through. We totally ignore the long-term ripple effects of our choices. And of course, we are fundamentally wired to go for what feels comfortable right now. All these little biases add up, and that's where you get regret, burnout, and that awful what-if feeling.
Okay, but what if you could just change the whole approach? What if you could treat a huge life choice like a level in a video game? You could try one path, see where it goes. And if it's a dead end, you just hit rewind and try a totally different strategy. And you could do all of this before you risk any of your actual time, money, or happiness.
And this brings us to the solution, a simulator for life. It's this tool called Usaid, that's USAID, and it's designed to be exactly that. It's a direct answer to that decision dilemma we were just talking about. And here, you can see the core promise right on the page. Usaid doesn't just give you advice. No, it uses AI to simulate multiple long-term timelines based on a single decision you're facing. The whole point is to help you understand the potential consequences before you have to commit.
And the process itself is actually super simple. First, you just describe your decision. In plain English, nothing complicated. Then, the AI generates these different future scenarios for you to explore. You can then compare those outcomes side by side. And this last part, this is the most powerful feature. You can inject new decisions along the way and see how everything changes.
So theory is great, but how does this actually work in practice? Let's walk through an example and explore some possible futures.
It all kicks off with a simple prompt. You literally just type in whatever decision you're thinking about. So in this case, it's, should I participate in the Google DeepMind Hackathon 2026? That's it. You're not filling out some long, complicated form. You're basically just having a conversation. And boom, here's what you get back. Now notice, it's not giving you one single prediction. That's because life isn't a single prediction. It generates several totally distinct paths, each with its own story and even a probability. So you might get something like the skill deepener timeline, which is all about learning, or maybe the catalyst for growth, where the hackathon really launches your career. Each one shows you a different flavor of what could happen.
From there, you can pull these different timelines into this direct comparison view. You can actually see the projected impact on your emotional state, your finances, your career, your relationships. It's all laid out with clear metrics. And the goal here isn't to find the one best path, because that probably doesn't exist. It's about letting you truly understand the unique trade-offs of each one.
Okay, but this is where it gets really cool. This is where it becomes way more than just a predictor. What if, on that catalyst for growth timeline, you decide to make a follow-up choice? Let's say you win the hackathon, and now you have to decide whether to start a company based on that project. Usaid actually lets you inject that brand new decision right into an existing timeline.
And just like that, the entire future from that point forward updates instantly. You get a whole new set of outcomes branching off from that follow-up choice, like the entrepreneurial spark or the accelerated ascent. You see? This is a dynamic, interactive exploration. It's not some static report. You're essentially playing chess with your own future.
So it's really important to get the philosophy here. This is all about foresight, okay? It's not about fortune telling.
It's about developing something called experiential foresight. Now that sounds like a fancy term, but all it really means is the ability to take that abstract, kind of scary future and make it feel concrete and visible. By seeing potential paths laid out, you reduce the fear of the unknown, and that's what allows you to make your next move with real confidence.
And this quote it hits the nail on the head. We really don't need better advice, do we? Advice is just what other people think you should do. Foresight gives you the tools to understand for yourself what might happen, empowering you to make your own best choice.
So the next time you're standing at a crossroads and you're facing one of those decisions that feels totally overwhelming, the question isn't just what should I do? It's how can I see this more clearly? Your next big decision is waiting for you. The only question left is, how will you choose to explore it?